Oh, good. Now I have buttons to look for.
I have a delivery for Betsy.
You do, huh? Well, let's see it. Yeah, Betsy will like those. Go on in.
Thanks. Are you Betsy Bobbins?
Uh-huh. Are those flowers?
Yes.
Who are they from?
Nobody. They're from me.
Well, thanks, but I think you got the wrong idea.
Oh, no, nothing like that. I just have a few questions for you. I'm looking for a man named Anzel.
What, he missing or something?
You know him?
Yeah, I know him, lousy lowlife. If you find that bum, you can keep him.
How do you know Anzel?
He and me were, well, together, you know? We met at the university. Swept me off my feet, he did. Real romantic. Until his money ran out, that is.
He's broke.
He was then. His money comes and goes.
Did Anzel come here 2 nights ago?
Yeah, he tried to. Told me he needed to hide out for a week or so. Said he found something big. Whatever. I didn't care. I'm through with that loser. I gave him 5 minutes before I sent the guard after him.
Anzel was a student at the university?
Him? Ha! Don't make me laugh. He did some work for him. Not sure what.
As leads go, it was a small one. Still, it was worth checking out. Where is Anzel now?
How should I know? If I had my way, he'd be 6 feet under.
What happened when the guard showed up?
He ran away, the loser.
Did the guard catch him?
I don't know. Why don't you ask the guard?
Maybe I will. Which guard was it?
Ginger.
Ginger! A feeling of cold dread creeps up my spine. I hadn't seen Ginger for years, and I wanted to keep it that way. You sure it was Ginger?
Sure. We're friends.
Where can I find Ginger?
How would I know?
You said you were friends.
Doesn't mean I know where she is all the time. If I want to find a guard, I just ask another guard.
That's all for now. Thanks, Betsy. I might be back.
Sure. Just tell Hank to let you through.
Hey, TikTok. I have some more questions for you.
You may ask.
Do you still talk to General Ginger?
She is my commanding officer.
Ginger outranks TikTok now? There's no justice. Where can I find her?
General Ginger has responded to a disturbance at the dock. She should still be there if you wish to speak to her.
I don't, but thanks. Thanks, TikTok. You've been a real help.
Only doing my duty.
I'm really bad at looking for this button stuff, so if you guys see any, let me know. I'm sure I'll miss a ton.
The Royal University was built soon after Ozma took the throne. I've never been inside myself. I was educated the hard way. So this is what education looks. Can't say I'm impressed. Glinda was the Witch of the South back in the old days. Last I heard, she was killed during the Phanphasm War. But I don't believe everything I hear about witches. Modesty is not one of the professor's virtues. Ozma again. That reminds me, I need to buy more darts. I read stories about the wizard when I was a kid. He used to rule the Emerald City. I wonder where he is now. The plaque says D. Lewis Gilbert. Never heard of him. He can't be that important. The plaque says L. Frank Baum. Not sure who that is, but I feel like I owe him a lot. Hello.
Welcome to the Temple of Learning. I am Professor H.M. Wogglebug, T.E., at your service.
Wogglebug? Are you the same Wogglebug who wrote Flight Patterns of the North Munchkin Tooth Sparrow?
The very same. You've read my book?
No, but it's on my shelf. Right next to Mating Calls of the Gillikin Centipede.
You've bought my books but haven't read them.
Well, not exactly. I found them in a box on the street.
I see. Did you want something?
I'm looking for someone. Can you answer a few questions?
Answering questions is what I do best, my dear.
Do you know a man named Anzel?
Perhaps. What is his field?
Field?
Anthropology, science, literature?
I don't think he's involved
Anthropology
in any of
rocks!
Then I haven't heard of him.
those. Here's his photograph. Do you recognize him?
Come to think of it, yes I do. It looks like one of Cutter's fellows.
Cutter? What do you remember about Anzel?
Nothing, I'm afraid. I remember him doing some odd jobs for Cutter, but that's all.
Do you know where Anzel is now?
I wouldn't have the slightest idea.
Let's talk about something else. About this university.
My favorite subject.
What do you teach here?
Teach? My dear, we do not do anything so crass as teaching. We learn.
What's the difference?
Why waste time teaching old subjects when the world is full of new things to discover?
That's pretty efficient.
It's the future.
Can I enroll?
I'm afraid the waiting list is quite long. If you submit an application, we'll review it in 5 years' time.
Where are all the students?
They are off learning something, of course, contributing to the fountain of knowledge that is the Royal University.
Let's talk about something else. What is this machine?
Ah, you are interested in my knowledge pharmacy?
Knowledge pharmacy.
All the wisdom and knowledge of the past in pill form. Our students simply take one of these pills and the knowledge pops right into their eager little minds. So much more efficient than the old, outdated methods of teaching.
I'd like a knowledge pill.
I'm afraid you aren't enrolled here, so you aren't authorized to use the machine.
Let's talk about something else. Who is Cutter?
He works here. He organizes these field trips, I suppose you could call them. I think they are foolish, but we are a university, and I suppose there is some value in it.
Is Cutter here?
Yes, I believe he is. He recently got back from an expedition.
Could I speak to him?
I don't see why not. Cutter, come out here.
Yes, Professor?
This young lady would like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, sure. Whatever you need.
Is Cutter a professor, like you?
Heavens, no. He's my assistant. A very capable one, although he does have his head in the clouds.
How long has Cutter been here?
Oh, years. He came here as a student. He couldn't afford the tuition, so he offered to work as my assistant. 5 years later, he's still here. Quite indispensable.
Let's talk about something else. Thanks, Professor. I'll be back.
Good evening to you.
So your name is Cutter?
Yes, and your name?
Petra. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. What can I help you with?
I'm looking for a man named Anzel. Do you know him?
Anzel? Tall man? Mustache?
That's him.
Yes, I knew him.
Knew him?
He disappeared on a recent expedition of mine. He hasn't returned yet.
Tell me about Anzel.
He was an adventurous sort. He joined my expedition because he liked to travel.
Expedition?
A historical expedition. I organize expeditions to uncover items of historical significance.
A waste of university money is what they are.
Please, Professor.
What is your connection to Anzel?
He worked for me, that's all. He liked to travel, so he was always the first to sign on to whatever expedition I organized. He didn't ask for much money, either.
Where is Anzel now?
I don't know. He joined an expedition to the Gillikin country several months ago. I haven't heard from them. I'm afraid they're lost.
Anzel is back in the city.
He is?
According to my client, yes.
And you're looking for him?
I'm doing my best.
I wonder. Who asked you to look for him?
I can't tell you that.
Are you close to finding him?
Something about this line of questioning sets my radar off. I'm not sure I can tell you that either.
Please, it's very important.
I'm sorry. Why are you so interested in Anzel?
If he returned from the expedition, then he can tell me what happened. It's a matter of historical importance. I must know what was found.
I can only give that information to clients. I'm sorry.
Well then, what if I also hired you to find him? Then you can tell me what you uncover, yes?
Technically he was right, but D's 700 emeralds bought a lot of silence. Tell you what, if you can match my client's price, then I'll share the information with you.
What price is that?
800 emeralds. I'm a detective, not a saint.
800? I'm just an assistant professor. I can't afford that much. Is there anything else you want?
What a great quest. Jesus.
About your offer. Do you still want to hire me?
Yes, I do. Is there anything else I can offer you?
Isn't knowledge priceless? I want access to the knowledge pharmacy.
But you're not a student.
No, I'm not. But having access to those pills could help me in my investigations.
You know, you're right. Professor Wogglebug,
Yes, Cutter.
this woman is now temporarily on staff, with all the privileges that entails.
Are you sure about that, Cutter? Knowledge is a precious thing to waste on those who don't deserve it.
She's worthy, Professor.
Very well, Cutter. Young lady, if you seek knowledge about anything, come and see me.
Thank you. About Anzel.
Yes?
Actually, So, tell me about yourself, Cutter.
Me? Oh, I'm not that interesting.
I find you very interesting, Cutter.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Well, okay. What do you want to know?
Where are you from?
Oh, just some little village on the far side of Mount Munch. You've never heard of it.
So you're a munchkin.
Yes, it was a long time ago, though I still wear the blue.
What brought you to the university?
I wanted to learn, mostly. My village was so isolated, and there's so much out there.
So why come here? Why learn about the wonders of Oz through books and magic pills? Isn't it better to go and experience them for yourself?
Yeah, I could do that, but I'm not really the rugged explorer type. Besides, I'm more interested in history. I wanted to learn, and this was the best place to do it, so I came here.
Why are you so interested in history?
Things have changed so much. The Phanphasm War was the first real disaster we had. It changed everything. New laws, new policies, new defenses. We have forgotten what life was like before.
Not all of us.
So you understand. You see how important it is to preserve our history before we forget what we used to be. Well,
You certainly have a passion, Cutter.
we all need one.
I think yours is more worthy than most. Did I say that? Did I really say that? I must be getting soft. Let's talk about something else.
Aw, somebody's got a
Thanks
crush.
for your time, Cutter.
Leaving already? I mean, sure, anytime.
Please refrain from going that way. Only key staff are allowed back there.
Sorry. Hello, Professor.
Yes, yes, what do you want?
About your...
Yes?
I'd like a knowledge pill.
Cutter gave you permission, so it seems you are allowed. It's against my judgment, but you seem capable enough. Go over and use the machine whenever you wish.
Let's talk about...
Yes?
Let's talk. Thanks,
Good evening.
How do I use this machine?
Simply face the machine and say, I desire knowledge.
You're pulling my leg.
I am pulling nothing. You receive no knowledge unless you ask for it.
Fine, here goes. I desire knowledge. Give me the public record of Dorothy Gale.
A known companion of the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman, and the Lion, Dorothy Gale came to Oz over 40 years ago via a magic storm. Little is known of her adventures, but in the process she destroyed the eastern and western witches, both of whom were known to be cruel and tyrannical. Hailed as a hero, Dorothy's only wish was to return home. Her wish was granted, but fate brought young Dorothy to Oz again and again. Eventually, Dorothy decided to stay and live in Oz. Currently, Dorothy lives in the royal palace and is a good friend of Queen Ozma.
Give me the public record of the Lion.
I imagine these records are, accurate to the books. A known companion of Dorothy Gale, the Scarecrow, and the Tin Woodman. The Lion ruled the forests of Quadling Country for several years before earning his law degree at the Royal University. The Lion is without peer in his field, though few can afford his services. I don't know if Lion was actually a lawyer, though. I don't know. That just
Give
seems
me the public
ridiculous,
record of
but
the
it is Oz, so
Phantasms.
I don't know. Maybe it actually happened. Far over the eastern desert and the Nonestic Ocean lies the Isle of Fanfastico, home of the Phanfasms. Physically, they resemble humans in every aspect aside from the head. They each have the head of a ferocious animal. Possessing cruel intentions and even crueler magic, the Phanfasms waged war with Oz 20 years ago. They were aided by Ruggedo, the Gnome King. The Ozian forces were victorious but are constantly alert for another attack. The ruler of the Phanfasms is known as the First and Foremost. Whether this is a title or a name is uncertain. You remember the Gnome King from the second movie.
Give me the public record of Queen Ozma.
Ozma is a direct descendant of the goddess Lurline and the true ruler of Oz.
Give me the public record of General Ginger.
During the Scarecrow's reign, a small army of women invaded the royal palace. The army was commanded by a woman named Ginger. The revolt was a success, but short-lived. Ginger was soon forced to leave the palace by Ozma, who was unanimously declared the rightful ruler of Oz. Unable to fight against the growing public opinion, she left the Emerald City in disgrace, not daring to show her face again. She married and lived in a miserable existence as a housewife, until boredom forced her out of both her house and marriage. With no place left to go, she pleaded with Ozma to join her royal guard. Ozma, seeing the change in Ginger's heart, accepted. Ginger did not disappoint. She quickly rose through the chain of command, finally attaining the rank of general. The entire royal army is at her command, and she deploys it diligently and efficiently. That sounds like an interesting book to read.
Give me the public record of TikTok.
A clockwork soldier made out of bright shiny copper. He was manufactured in the kingdom of Ev, but made his way to Oz, which quickly became his home. He joined the royal guard, where he was proven to be the perfect soldier. While stiff and a stickler for procedure, he has an exceptional memory. And is a one-man army practically by himself, provided he is kept wound up.
Give me the public record of the Wizard of Oz.
A funny little man from another world. He came to Oz during a simpler time in our history, and his strange clothes and interesting magic tricks convinced the peasants of the time that he was a great wizard. Taking advantage of his newfound celebrity, the newly dubbed wizard founded the Emerald City and brought the 4 countries together under one banner. He ruled Oz for many years until he abdicated in favor of the Scarecrow and left Oz. Eventually, it became known that the wizard wasn't a wizard after all, and his powerful magic was merely elaborate parlor tricks. Even so, it cannot be denied that the wizard did many great things for the kingdom. It wasn't long before the wizard returned to Oz. To make up for his humbug ways, he apprenticed himself to Glinda in order to learn real magic. It wasn't long before he was a true wizard in his own right. Since the Phanfasm War, the wizard left the public eye. His current whereabouts are unknown.
Give me the public record of Glinda, the Witch of the South.
Excuse me. Glinda was the Witch of the South. She was considered the ultimate authority on Ozian lore and magic, owning an extensive library that rivaled even the Royal University. With her great knowledge came great magic, and she was the first one to try to hold off the Phanfasm invasion when it came. Unfortunately, she paid the ultimate price for this bravery, her life. Her tower stands, empty and discarded, somewhere in the forests of Quadling Country.
Give me a brief history of the Emerald City.
Known as the Jewel of Oz, the Emerald City is the center of Oz in every sense of the term. Located in the precise center of the kingdom, it is the cornerstone of all commerce, culture, and fashion in all of known Oz. The city was built by the Wizard of Oz, who ruled for many years before giving up his throne in favor of the being known as the Scarecrow. The Scarecrow was soon succeeded by Ozma, who rules to this day.
Give me a brief overview of Oz.
The Kingdom of Oz is known all over the world as a place of great riches, resources, magic, and wisdom. It is divided into 4 countries, with the Emerald City in the middle to bind them. I think that's it. I believe there will be more exposition dump later, but now we can leave.
There was no magic.
Yes, there was. Magic was involved in this, and neither of you have a license.
Hey, you can't pin this on us.
Oh, yes, I can. You were experimenting with magic, and it destroyed your ship. It's obvious.
That's a lie. It's a conspiracy, I'm telling you. Someone's trying to drive us out of business.
Leave the theories to me, girl. Captain Bill, where were you last night?
I told you, I was at Ruggido's.
Ruggido? Consorting with a known enemy of Oz?
No, I was just having a drink.
Sure you were.
You leave him alone. He didn't do anything.
Are you saying it was you, Trot?
No, it wasn't either of us.
Now why would we destroy our own ship? It's our livelihood.
Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps you didn't mean to. Magic is dangerous. That's why it's illegal.
We didn't touch no magic.
That's a double negative. That means you did.
Trot, keep quiet.
Why? Does she have something to hide?
I'll tan your hide if you don't leave us alone.
Trot, I'll handle this.
But Bill...
What gives you the right to treat innocent folk this way?
Queen Ozma gives me the right.
Ozma wouldn't want you arresting us. We used to be friends.
Used to be, yes. She has no time for friends anymore. Just tell me what magic you used, and maybe she'll be lenient.
There was no magic.
Yes, there was. Magic was involved in this, and neither of you have a license.
Hey, you can't pin this on us.
Oh, yes, I can. You were experimenting with magic, and it destroyed your ship. It's obvious.
That's a lie. It's a conspiracy, I'm telling you. Someone's trying to drive us out of business.
Leave the theories to me, girl. Captain Bill, where were you last night?
I told you, I was at Ruggido's.
Ruggido? Consorting with a known enemy of Oz?
No, I was just having a drink.
Sure you were.
You leave him alone. He didn't do anything.
Are you saying it was you, Trot?
No, it wasn't either of us.
Under normal circumstances, I would rather cut out my tongue than chat with General Ginger.
It's our livelihood.
But 700 emeralds weren't normal circumstances. You didn't mean to. Hey, General. Still picking on the downtrodden? Petra, what rock did you crawl out from under? Nice to see you, too. I'm busy, Petra. Run along. Ginger isn't gonna talk to me. She's trying to arrest those 2 sailors. They seem innocent enough. Maybe there's something around here that will prove it. Magic is dangerous. That's why it's illegal. Hey, General, take a look at this. What is it now? It was on the edge of the dock, near the remains of the ship. Someone else was there. Bill? Trot? Do you recognize this?
No.
Nope.
I think you're lying. Oh, for Lurlene's sake, it's silver with a ruby inlay. Do you really think it belongs to them? Perhaps you're right. Okay, you 2 are off the hook. for now. Get out of here. I'll have more questions for you later. If they were smart, they'd get out of town. But if people were smart, I'd be out of business. So, General. Petra, why are you here? And who asked you to interrupt my investigation? Just being a concerned citizen, General. You stopped being concerned the day you quit the Royal Guard.
What's with the heels on these
Ginger
women's
could always
shoes?
push my buttons. You know why I left. Yeah, I do. How is your brother doing anyway? She's asking for a punch in the nose. But I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. About back then. What about it? I had to leave. You know that, don't you? We were at war. You abandoned your post. There's no excuse for that. Why didn't you help me? That's all I wanted, just a little help. It had nothing to do with us. You weren't the only one with family, Petra. That's why we were fighting, to protect our families. What made your brother more important than anyone else's? Because he was mine. Then we have nothing more to discuss. What happened after I left? We won the war. What do you think? While you were turning over stones, we sent the Phanphasms packing. And here you are now, strong-arming innocent sailors. Shut your mouth, Petra. You're attracting flies. Actually, let's talk about something else. Yeah? I need help on a case. Help? I wouldn't come to you if I could go anywhere else, believe me. What makes you think I'd give you the time of day? Talking to Ginger was like swimming upstream. There was only one trick left to try. Here's 20 emeralds. What time is it? You're lucky it's a slow night. You can ask whatever you want, but it doesn't mean I'll answer. Do you know a man named Anzel? That guy? Sure, I know him. What do you want with him? I'm looking for him. You deserve each other. Betsy told me you arrested him. I gave chase. That guy is more slippery than a greased fish. He got away? I'm shocked, General. Shocked and disappointed. I thought General Ginger always catches the bad guy. Oh, I'll get him. A guy like that doesn't stay underground for long. What do you know about him? He's smuggling scum, is what he is. Anzel's a smuggler. That's what I said. He tried to hide some stuff at Betsy's place. He won't try that again in a hurry. So, Anzel is a smuggler. That makes things interesting. Anybody with an ear to the ground knows how smuggling works in the Emerald City. If smuggling is involved, Jack Pumpkinhead is pulling the strings. Where is he now? Our investigations are continuing. We'll find him. Actually, I have nothing else to ask you. Suits me just fine. About Trot and Bill. What about them? What happened here? It's none of your business, Petra. Looks like the remains of a ship. Brilliant. I can see why you're a detective. Who are Trot and Bill? Just some sailors. They don't concern you. Who does that cufflink belong to? I don't know, Petra. You just gave it to me. I'll take a look at it later. Never mind. See you around, General. Yeah, sure.
Oh, I guess that's it. I don't see any sparkly things.